All right, rock and roll. Do-do-do-do-do-do. It's Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Let's see if I can get the date right today. March 28th, 2025. All you veterans of this podcast know that for the first month and a half, I was dyslexic. Whatever stupid term you want with the dates. I think I've told the story, but I'll tell it again. I was getting the dates wrong. You know, like I say, I broadcast, I record this the night before, so it's ready for first thing in the morning. And I was missing the dates, whatever, and I was a day off, obviously. And then I said, I'm going to fix this problem. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get a calendar. So I went into my mom's sewing room where she's literally got 6 million calendars because she gives $5 to the Bunny Rabbit Rescue, and she gives $5 to the Lakota Indian Children's Fund, and all these other things. She's a very beautiful person. She gives a lot, small donations, but she likes to give. And then they send her a calendar. Well, I went in there to get a calendar, and I got the 2024. So for like a week, I was doing the wrong date. It's one day off from 24 to 25. That damn leap year. God, who would have thunk that? Maybe Trump can fix that whole quarter day a year we had because of the stupid sun. Stupid sun. That's what I got to say. All right. I'm your host, John. Welcome to the podcast. And if you could, hit the subscribe and like button. It means a lot to us. Leave some comments. I will say that I love doing this thing. And I was talking to one of the big friends of the show tonight, and she was talking about that person's comment earlier in the week who it was, I guess really the only word I could say, it was haunting, and they said they were 71, they had cancer, and they were worried about what the Social Security potential cuts could mean, and did this administration want to make them homeless? And, it still kind of sticks with me. There's a lot of really, really wonderful people who support this show, and it really means the world to me, from just everybody. And to have somebody who comes across the ecosystem leaves a comment like that, it really grinds you. It's not in a bad way. It just humbles you because these aren't just words on a paper. They aren't just little clips out of a CNN or MSNBC. This is people's lives, and they're scared. And it's a real thing. All right. We're taking no prisoners, telling no lies. Let's go to the biggest story still in the world, and that involves the Signal chat for the clown crew that is the Trump cabinet, starting with Pete Hegseth. And I'm going to say something that you're not going to expect out of me. Potentially, I feel bad for Pete Hegseth. I don't know. I know you all look at me and go, John's a tech bro. Stacy, super producer Stacy, has taken me literally from someone who couldn't start a phone, couldn't restart a phone, didn't even know where to find the dialer on the phone, to a tech bro. Okay? Now there's different levels of tech bro. I'm baby tech bro. Okay? I'm not, like the other day, I was sending out an email and I said, and so I don't know if you've ever been in a group chat. I haven't been in a lot, thank goodness. But when I used to work, it's weird, and I worked in construction, so it's predominantly men, and it's amazing how much they love group text. Like, you're in the group text with 20 other people, and everything is an effing thumbs up emoji, a smile emoji, or some stupid little thing, and then everybody's got a comment on it, right? And I've actually had guys come up to me and go, hey, don't you like being in the group emoji? And I really didn't like being in it, but I was like, oh, no, I like it. Yeah. And he's like, well, how come you never talk in it? Oh, God, man. Talk about some insecurity complex. Jesus Christ. Find a therapist, buddy. I mean, maybe that's what guys do instead of therapists. They go into group chat, right? And I'd be working and I'd hear that ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, aren't they going to sprain a thumb? Something, man? And I would never, literally, I'd open up my phone and I'd look, and the group text would always be on top. And I didn't know enough. I wasn't a tech bro, baby, then to figure out how I could, delete myself without anybody else knowing. And I don't even know if that's a possibility. And so God, I would just ignore it. But sometimes I'd look in there, and we're talking grown men, grown people, and they're saying the most juvenile crap. It's like, wow, man. Oh, pull my finger type thing, Get the gas explosion. It's like, wow, these are 40-year-old guys with families. I don't know. They need to get another therapist, right? So I have a little empathy for Pig Hegseth because he was in a group chat on that Signal thing. Like, how many group chats are these people in the cabinet in, right? Not just Signal, but maybe there's all kinds of other ones. Can you imagine trying to do your job? You're actually a very important person, leader of the Defense Department, leader of the Commerce Department, leader of the Treasury. And I'm going to get back to that in a second. And all day that damn phone is dinging. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, my God. Do you just turn off the ringer? But God forbid if Trump calls you and the ringer's off and you don't take the call, oh, man, you're going to be in the unemployment line. That's something I'm also wondering about. Scott Bessent was in this group chat. Scott Bessent is the Treasury Secretary. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the goddamn is he doing in a group text for a strike on the Houthi rebels? I mean, what the hell is he doing there? And he was also over in Russia negotiating the USSR Ukraine ceasefire and hopefully the end of the war. And I'm thinking, what the heck's he doing there? So more to my point with Pig Hegseth is maybe he just launched the rockets because he wanted the goddamn group text to come to an end. Like, I can get rid of this. Let's just launch on the Houthis. I really don't want to. I want to wait for a month like J.D. Vance said. But, I just can't handle the group text anymore. I hope he doesn't get a group text on nuclear war. We all might be in a lot of trouble. All right. So we're talking about that. Congressional Republicans are grappling with how to respond to the serious faux pas, let's call it faux pas, by the Trump administration officials who use Signal app instead of secure apps by the government. And make no mistake, the only reason they use Signal app is because there was no way to trace it. You can actually delete all the conversations in the app. You can set a date, a day, 5 days, 7 days, whatever. I'm a tech bro now. Don't hate, okay? Literally 3 months ago, I didn't know what Signal was. Signal, I thought that's what you drove your car through on the red. Sorry, officer, it was yellow. No, it's an app, okay? Keep up with me. If you can't keep up with Tech J, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, okay? I'll still love you. I just won't talk to you. All right. And we're talking about what are the Senate Republicans going to do, all right? Thursday morning, the Senate Armed Services Committee Republican chair and the top Democrat, wow, they actually got together for something, formally requested an inquiry. I'm sure this is going to go a long way. And assessment by the Pentagon's acting inspector general on the incident. You know, I have a funny feeling that report will never see the light of day. I mean, what more do we need? We already pretty much have it. It's in the Atlantic. Reporter gets war plans. We can argue on, like yesterday we talked about, military strike, war plans, military action. I don't know what the difference is. Some stupid Houthis got killed. That's all I got to say. And we've been striking at the Houthis since 2008 under Obama. Obama was sending up at one point at the end of his administration 100 drone strikes a day. Those Houthis, they are worse than the in-laws. You just can't get rid of them. I'm telling you right now. So this chat was alleged to have included classified information. This is the statement from both the Republican and Democrat. Classified information pertaining to sensitive military actions in Yemen. If true, yeah, big doubt, this reporting raises questions as to the use of unclassified networks to discuss sensitive and classified information, as well as the sharing of such information with those who do not have proper clearance and need to know. You know, maybe we can text the guys over at Sports Center. But we get a little pushback by some senators who are Republican. It's time to move on. Been a whole week. You know, these are the guys who kept harping on the Hillary Clinton thing for 3 years. 1 week here, though. Time to go. Nothing to see here. I don't know that there are any more facts that could be revealed. No, you're right. The whole incompetent circus has been revealed. Kramer then said, oh, sorry, I guess I had to give you the guy's name who said that, right? Kevin Kramer, Senator Kevin Kramer. I don't even know where this cat's from. I do so much work for this. I was looking at this going, where is this idiot from? I don't know. He's from an idiot state, and he's an idiot senator. Thank God. Kramer's been critical of the Signal chat incident, telling CNN Thursday night, this has got to be the last time something this big and dumb happens. Oh, I wish I could bet my life savings on that. You don't know the Republican administration we're dealing with. Yeah. I'm saying the over-under is probably a month and a half maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I got a feeling. I mean, really, anybody in the audience, is there anybody out there who thinks this is going to be the biggest story for the next 3 months? No, something's going to supplant it. We're going to forget about it. I'm going to bring this up a year from now, and we're all going to go, John, what are you talking about? I don't remember that. You know, I remember the P video that came out between Vance and Scott Bessent. I don't know. Yeah, right. All right. So let's get to some poll numbers. These are odd things in the news. Let's get to some poll numbers for our erstwhile president, and then I'm going to get to a little personal story. I usually like to start with a personal story, but I just didn't feel it today. I just wanted to kind of go in on the group chat thing. And so we got some poll numbers for Trump. Americans say his presidential performance has been worse, 41%, rather than better, which is only 30%, than has been expected according to a new Yahoo News poll. I've seen polls. I saw a poll yesterday on Fox that his approval rating is at 52%, which is actually above water, okay? But you go back 4 years, and I did, Biden's on the same date in 2021 was 64%. And we know how that turned out. So this isn't really a good thing. He's kind of tipping towards the bottom. And once you get there, it's almost impossible to come back up. But the poll continues. Immediately after Trump's November 5th victory, 51% of Americans told Yahoo poll that they approved of the way he had handled his first term. Did everybody forget what happened in 2020? I don't know. Did we all get amnesia or Alzheimer's? Christ. And only 43% they disapproved. Yeah, that's why he got wiped out in the election. Yeah, everybody was so happy with that first term. But today, those numbers are reversed, with more Americans disapproving 50% than approving 44% of the job that Trump is currently doing, right? Likewise, most Americans rate Trump unfavorably, 52%. That's what this Yahoo poll. It's right there within the margin of error. 52% the other day said he was doing okay. Then favorably, 44%. After the election, Trump's favorability rating narrowly exceeded his unfavorable rating, 49 to 48%. Now, here's an interesting thing that came out. Perceptions of Trump's relationship to democracy have shifted as well. In November, Americans said Trump likes to talk tough, but won't threaten democracy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just like all the people of Mexican descent said Trump wasn't going to come for them when it came to mass deportation. How's that working out? During his second term, 43% outnumbered those who said Trump poses a real threat to democracy, which is 39%. So the number has went the other way, right? Now, however, the number of Americans who think Trump threatens democracy, 47%, is significantly higher than the number who think it's all just hootenanny. Yeah, I'm using that word, hootenanny. I really don't even know what it means, but it means bullshit. Okay, that's 39%. Okay? I got past the 10-minute mark, super producer. Damn it. Damn you. So, I'm going to tell you a little funny story. And it happened to one of my best friends. Best friend forever. What am I looking at here? Yeah, okay. Hey, just walk with me. Work with me. I'm trying to clip here. All right. So, I worked with this gentleman. His name is Douglas Snuggles. One of the nicest guys I ever met in my life, right? Republican, MAGA, gun toter, whatever. Just a real sweetheart of a guy. I'd never tell him that, okay? Because we're on opposite sides. But he was just a good guy. So, and one day, I'd really like to have him on the live section so we could talk about his dating adventures because, believe me, this guy had some adventures. I mean, this guy had some adventures, right? I mean, I'd look at this guy and go, oh, man, thank God I'm celibate. Good luck there. Good luck there in that dating world there, hombre. So he was looking for love, and then he finally found this really wonderful lady. They got married, and their big thing is they went on cruises. They just love going on cruises. Couldn't get enough of the cruise thing. This guy, Douglas Snuggles, he lives in Arizona, right? I believe it was about a year and a half ago. He told me, I said, hey, Doug, where are you going? I try not to call him Douglas Snuggles to his face. Sounds a little too gay. And unless I got the pink shirt on, I really don't think I could pull it off. Just saying. And he said, oh, we're going on a cruise, Gulf of Mexico. Back when it was, before Trump appropriately named it Gulf of America. It's been named that for 400 years, but Trump thinks in 4 days he can rename it. All right. That's why he won't let the AP in the White House. That's okay, guy. Don't worry about it. And he was going to go to Galveston. And I said, Doug, how far is it from your home, your door to Galveston? And he said like 1,600 miles. And I go, how far is the cruise? And he goes, oh, the cruise is 1,200 miles total. I said, so you're going to drive 1,500 miles there and then back 1,500, 3,000 total for a 1,200-mile cruise? And he goes, oh, yeah, we just love it. He goes, I just love the open road. He used to be a trucker. I don't know. Got a pilot card. He's, I don't know. Maybe he's got platinum membership in Motel 6. I don't even know. He knows all about the shower scene over there. I don't know how that works, okay? But Douglas Snuggles loves being out on the open road, right? So him and his beautiful bride take a cruise down to Mexico. They go on so many cruises, he actually likes to do stuff that locals do. I mean, he's not doing tourist stuff because he's already done it 50 times, right? So him and his bride decide they're going to go and get a timeshare, maybe get a timeshare. So they get out of the port. Let's call it Puerto Vallarta. It could have been Cancun. I don't know where it was, okay? It's all the same. South of the border is all cartel land, okay? You go there at your own risk. Doesn't matter what, it's Acapulco, Juarez, Mexico City. Make sure you bring Kevlar with you. That's all I'm saying. Just bring some Kevlar, okay? And duck. Duck and roll, right? Like I do when I'm practicing SWAT. So him and his beautiful bride get off, and there's a timeshare, and they get in the timeshare van. And this timeshare van, I think, actually took them to Venezuela. It was like two plus hours away. They're going over the hills and the valleys and the mountains and the jungles and the desert. I mean, wow. That's what he used to have to go through to meet his Tinder dates. But I digress, okay? So they get there, and you know how the timeshare game works. They do the hard sell on you, right? No, buy this, buy that. You know, it's going to be this, going to be this. They lie to you, and then they lie to you a little more, right? So him and his bride finally decide, well, we don't really like the terms here. We really don't want to do this timeshare thing, right? And they looked at him and go, okay, then find your own way back to the boat. And he goes, but it's over 2 hours. They go, that's not my problem, gringo. Now, Doug says he didn't get the timeshare, but somehow he made it back to America. So you can put one and one together. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And somehow Doug survived, whatever. And there's a running joke, and this is going to be kind of disgusting, so please give me a little love here on this one. What is the difference between AIDS, herpes, syphilis, and a timeshare? You can actually get rid of syphilis. Yeah. You ain't getting rid of no timeshare. Let me just give you a little heads up. You sign that line, yeah. You ain't giving up your firstborn to get that kid, to get out of that thing, man. You want to see a segment on it? You go back a couple years on YouTube and you watch John Oliver Last Week Tonight on timeshares. I'd rather be in the gulag in Russia than be stuck on one of those things. But that brings us to our last story. It's kind of funny. It's kind of not. Okay? This is, in an encapsulation, sometimes the arrogance of Americans. We got a Michigan couple. They're reportedly being held captive, wink, wink, in a Mexican jail amid an alleged dispute with a timeshare company. The family has claimed. Paul and Christy Ayako were arrested after traveling to Cancun with customs officials reportedly saying the couple had outstanding charges of criminal fraud. All right. So what happened was, and I'm gonna give you the lowdown. I'm not gonna read all this bull crap here, because I like to keep it real. I'm keeping it real for Paul and Christy. Okay, I had to look at their name. So what happened was they agreed to a timeshare that was $7,000 a month, give or take. $7,000 a month, right? So they signed the contract with this company down in Cancun, and they paid it for about a year and a half, and they were living in Michigan, and then all of a sudden they woke up one day and said, why in the F are we paying $7,000 a month for a timeshare in Cancun when we live in Michigan? It's amazing it took them a year and a half to figure that out, but we got that, right? So what did they do? They go to American Express. Wait for it. And they contest the charges. And American Express says, and I don't even know how this goes, how you do this. We agree with you. We're going to refund you $120,000. Okay? So they got $120,000 back, put the middle finger up, kiss my butt, timeshare, F you. All right. Then these people had the balls to go back down to Cancun, and the timeshare found out about it. Seems that Christie ran a Facebook page talking about what a bunch of deceitful human beings the timeshare was. Let me give you some updates there, Christie. You don't have to be redundant and say timeshare and criminal. It's like saying Gambino crime family. You don't have to say it. Gambinos, yeah, they're crime. The IRS, crime. The Republican Party, crime. Criminals, gangstas. You don't have to say it. It's already implied in the name. Okay? Hey, I'm just saying. Don't hate me because I'm a tech bro. Okay? So, this is so great. Stu Molich, who's the attorney representing the couple, told People Magazine, I'm glad People Magazine got in the middle of this captive situation. The couple had a membership with Florida-based company Palace Elite Resorts, which has multiple locations in Mexico, including Cancun, where they purchased this, and argued that the company, wait for it, breached their contract and failed to provide the goods and services they had been promised. Have you ever dealt with the timeshare? Oh my God. They're all about deceit. They're all about lying. They got a contract that even the devil would go, man, you got some stuff in here. Holy bejesus, right? So, in March, the couple posted on Facebook they were going back to Cancun. Well, it seems like the resort was waiting for them. Ho, 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 jackpot. The couple traveled back to Cancun and were arrested upon arrival at the airport. Oh, God bless social media. God bless social media. One of the things that I've always adhered to when it comes to going to Mexico, and this is from my old good friend Joe, he always says, I don't like to go anywhere without a clearly defined Bill of Rights. Kudos to you, Joe. Kudos to you. Obviously, we should have told that to Paul and Christy. They were arrested upon arrival at the airport. This is completely crazy to us again. This is over and done with. Nothing should have even escalated to this. Well, seems like the resort wanted their $120,000. Now wait for this. Wait for this great one. Tell me those hombres down there aren't in cahoots with the local judiciary. The attorney general accuses the couple of committing fraud because they agreed to a contract, put an initial payment in, and then pulled the money back. Technically, it does meet the standards of fraud. I think Trump proved fraud 41 times in a New York jury, but I digress, please. Let's forget about that. The judge in the trial who oversaw this charge, wait for it, opted to jail them pre-trial for 6 months as the proceedings take place so the company can gather evidence. No trial date has been set. Oh, God, I love those Americans. God, I love them. You make a deal. You get back to America. You pull the money back. And then you go back there to the place that you defrauded them. Yeah. You know, I'm sure those Mexican jails aren't quite as bad as we've all been told. Oh, man. Looks like Christy's going to turn lesbian. Looks like Paul's going to become a drug mule. Well, looks like a good future for them. I guess they don't have to worry about the timeshare in that El Salvadorian jail where they're going to migrate to. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening today. If you could, hit that like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Leave a comment. I love y'all. Don't be sad. It's going to be okay. I love you. We need each other. I was talking to one of the great friends of the show tonight, Crystal, and I was telling her how much she means to democracy. And I mean that for her, and I mean that for everybody out there. You know, a lot of people sit there and go, what can I do? The best thing you can do is be informed. That's how democracy thrives, is by knowing the truth and preaching the word. It really is. And when I need you all, when you encounter some untruths, don't get mad, don't get angry, like I did tonight about something. That was hot-headed Jay. I apologize for that. But you know what? That is how we're going to sustain this, is by being on the right side. And you know what? A lot of times, sometimes being on the right side doesn't work out. I don't care. You know, when they put dirt on your grave, you're going to be able to have a smile in your soul because you knew you did what was right. All right, bless you all. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy Friday.